Hello, welcome to Tip and Tell Tech. My name is Keith Berry, where I'm going to be providing you the straight and level tips on technical gear, tools, and gadgets. Today, I'm going to review, in my opinion, one of the most practical EDC multi-tool out there, which is the Leatherman Sidekick. So I will take you in a moment to my tabletop to review the Leatherman Sidekick. Welcome back to Tip and Tell Tech of our tabletop review of the Leatherman Sidekick multi-tool. Again, in my opinion, this is one of the most practical EDC multi-tool out there available. As you can see here, with the pocket clip, easily can fit in the pocket. As you can see, the Leatherman Sidekick belt clip rides comfortably in your pants pocket, and it's fairly deep. It's easy to get access to utilize, and to put right back into your pocket for convenience. The multi-tool here is a 14-tool multi-tool with spring action pliers, a saw, 2 knife blades, openers, standard multi-tool, and more. And it's 7 ounces for this multi-tool. Some of the specs on here, you're looking at the length of it being closed. It's about 3.8 inches closed. The width, about 1.5 inches wide, and depth, a little over 1/2 inch. So it's very easy to EDC this multi-tool. And with this, just give you some comparisons to other multi-tools. Why I say this is one of the most practical EDC multi-tools is because of the size, the capabilities of the 14 tools, the weight. So just give you an idea of some comparisons here. This is my Victorinox RS Swiss tool, multi-tool. This is 8.8 ounces. And it's about 5.2 inches closed, so it's quite a bit larger. It's more full-size multi-tool, more heavy-duty multi-tool than the Leatherman Sidekick. Let's get a little bit of comparison. And of course, I have a Leatherman Micro. It's more of a keychain multi-tool, so it definitely does not have the capacity or the capabilities of the Leatherman Sidekick or the Victorinox RS Swiss tool. This is only 2.5 inches and 1.8 ounces. So give you an idea of the comparisons of all 3 tools. So when you're looking at a practical EDC multi-tool, you want a multi-tool that is the capabilities to be able to do the jobs, the tasks when you're out and about, but still carryable, that you can EDC, that you can carry, that's not going to weigh you down, and it can carry fairly easily. Leatherman Sidekick here. Just kind of go over other features with the Leatherman Sidekick. Obviously, it's got a spring action pliers. So you open it up here. So you have needle nose pliers, regular size pliers, and wire cutters right here. Spring action, so that makes it easy, one-hand operation. So just give you some performance capabilities. The wrench here, it's regular, not the wrench, but the pliers here are fairly usable. You can go ahead and you can see I can turn this bolt in. You got the needle nose pliers. And you got wire cutters. I believe that's 24 gauge or 20 gauge wire. So it has no problems cutting wire, as you see with the wire cutters here. I wouldn't do anything very heavy gauge wires with it. But very nice, precise needle nose pliers here that really can get into the small details here. So that's your pliers there. Looking at the tools on the outside, they've done some access of tools on the outside. We have a 2.6 inch knife blade. It's I believe 440 HC knife blade. And I believe it's kind of like a almost like a drop point, but modified drop point, maybe not quite sheep foot or anything, but it's a little modified on there. Convex grind. As you can see here that it's liner locked, so it does hold it in place very well. You know, one hand operation. Okay. It does. Knife does have some pretty good capabilities. Zip tie, you can cut it fairly well. Zip tie here. Got some paracord. Does a pretty good job cutting the paracord. Even thicker rope. So it's a pretty adequate knife here that could do quite a bit. Take a look at the paper cutting. Everyone likes to do a paper cutting test. You know, I have EDC this multi-tool quite a bit and used this knife blade quite a bit, so I have not sharpened it since I had it. So it stays fairly sharp pretty good here, as you can see here. So, you know, I have not stropped it or sharpened it at all since I've had it, and I've used it quite a bit. So pretty adequate knife blade here, 2.6 inches. So that's on one side. The other side is you got the saw here. So, you know, cutting limbs or anything like this. Got a board here, you can just give you an example. Set this down. Obviously, you're not going to cut 2x4 like this, but you can, you know, give you an example that it does cut notches. So it does do that. And just to show you the knife blade here, and that's also liner lock. The knife blade also will cut wood fairly well too. So both are pretty adequate, the saw and the knife, for what being a EDC multi-tool. I mean, obviously, it's not going to replace a folding knife or fixed knife or anything like that, or, you know, pruning saw or anything like that. So let's take a look at the other tools here. So like I said, there's 14 tools here. We have spring action needle nose pliers, spring action regular pliers, wire cutters, wire strippers, a 440C HC knife, 440. Or I'm sorry, this is 420 HC knife, 420 serrated knife, saw, ruler, can opener, bottle opener, wood metal file, a Phillips screwdriver, medium screwdriver, and a small screwdriver. So 14 tools in one. So to get to the other tools here, obviously just like any Leatherman, you open it up, and you know, you have the pliers we covered. Taking a look at we'll take a look at the other side here. So the most common tools, obviously, the screwdrivers. So we got 3 tools here. The other screwdrivers, flathead screwdrivers, are over here. You just get them access. So you got the flathead, medium-sized flathead screwdriver right here. Works pretty good for medium-sized flathead screwdriver. So these tools are not locking, they're just slip joint. The other tool we have is the Phillips head. Now I would call this like a two-dimensional Phillips head. It's not really a three-dimensional, but it's pretty adequate. It does the job. Screws in the wood here, you can see it does a pretty good job here. Okay. So yeah, pretty adequate screwdriver bit, set. So that's on one side. The other side we have we mentioned that we had a serrated saw. I'm sorry, serrated knife blade. So to get that, you have to kind of pull out the other tools here. But just a little bit of a serrated knife here for a 40HC knife, just like the plain edge 420. Yeah, these are 420HC knives, and you know, it does a pretty good job cutting, just like the other knife. See, it makes good work of paracord in there. The other tools we have, you have a kind of a metal or wood file on one side, and you have a ruler on the other side. The ruler is about 1.5 inch, 3.8 centimeter ruler on one side here. And what you also have is a little flathead screwdriver on the top here. So, I mean, you know, it can work as a little bit of the Phillips. So it does work pretty good as a small flathead screwdriver. Okay. And then finally we have like a can opener slash bottle opener tool right here. You can see the sharp edge here for the can opener. Wire strippers, so it's actually a good wire stripper here. I mean, you can yeah, it does a pretty good job for a wire stripper here, you see. So it's a nice little feature. It's not just a wire bender like some other multi-tools have. So there you have it. Folds up pretty small package, fits in your pocket with the belt clip. What my tip would be for this Leatherman Sidekick is that getting access to some of these tools here, you know, unless you have a really long fingernail, you can push the tools in from the back side. If you can see right here, push the tools in the back side, and then come around over here, and you got the little nick here, and then you can pull out the tool and use them. So it's nice to have the little cutout right here. Same thing on the other side. You have a little cutout here. You can kind of push the tool in and turn it around, use your nick to pull out the tools that you want here. So here's all the tools here. See that? And we'll go on the other side. Push the tools in. And there you are. So that's my tip. So utilize the cutouts on the back side if you don't have long fingernails to get access to pull out the tools. My tell, that's my tip for this tabletop review. My tell is, unfortunately, there's some play with this Sidekick. You can see here a little bit of play when you have it closed up a little bit. So it's not the most solid multi-tool, but it, you know, again, so there's a little bit of play in the pliers here. A little bit of play there. So again, this is not a heavy duty multi-tool. This is an EDC multi-tool used for just kind of simple tasks around the house or at the office or wherever you may be. So keep that in mind, the purpose of this tool. You're not going to be using it as a main kind of multi-tool. But really makes this an effective, practical EDC multi-tool, in my opinion. So that is my review for the Leatherman Sidekick. Please subscribe to my channel, Tip and Tell Tech, and please leave comments below. And thank you very much.